Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. d5 establishes a presence in the center, controls the e4 square, and opens up the light-squared bishop. The queen's gambit offers up a wing pawn to attack the center and distract black from the e4 square. e6 declines the queen's gambit by defending the central d5 pawn with the e-pawn. Knight c3 puts more pressure on the d5 square and helps control the e4 square. The Tarrasch defense starts with c5, which immediately attacks the d4 pawn. c takes d5 releases the tension between the c4 and d5 pawns, creating an asymmetrical pawn structure. e takes d5 recaptures the pawn and controls the e4 and c4 squares. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, supports the d4 pawn, and controls the e5 square. Black develops the knight and attacks the center. This pins a knight, which restricts its mobility, developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This doubles the pawns and weakens the pawn structure. Very precise. The game was close to equal, but now white has the advantage. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. White had an advantage, but now the game is close to equal. This missed an opportunity to punish a mistake. This is the strongest option. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This overlooks an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. This moves the bishop to safety. This threatens to win a knight through an eventual fork. This overlooks an opportunity to connect rooks. This misses an opportunity to connect rooks. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. Right on target. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. Very precise. White's knight has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This overlooks an opportunity to force doubling of pawns. This permits the opponent to take an outpost with a knight. This maintains the balance of material with a good trade. This is an equal trade. This permits the opponent to eventually win material. This loses a pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to win material through a tactic. That was a free pawn. This threatens to win material through a tactic. White still has the better position, but they lost their winning advantage. Black develops further. This is not the right idea. This prevents the opponent from being able to win material through a tactic. This misses an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. This misses an opportunity to block an attack on a vulnerable rook. This permits the opponent to kick a bishop. This threatens to tactically win a rook. This wins material. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This misses an opportunity to win material through a tactic. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a rook. Takes back. This threatens to win material by adding pressure to a pinned piece. The rook is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. This creates a counter threat against the queen, as opposed to retreating. There was only one good move there. This missed an opportunity to punish a mistake. This blocks the attack on a rook that could have been captured. There was only one good move there, and black did not spend enough time trying to find it. This overlooks an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. This misses an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. This is the only good move. This is an equal trade. This prepares a follow-up to win a knight by removing a defender. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This threatens to eventually win a rook. This stops the opponent from being able to eventually win a rook. That's fine. This overlooks an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. This threatens to create a passed pawn. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. Pushing a passed pawn. That knight was free for the taking. This is the only move that works. That pawn was free for the taking. This evades the check from the rook. This makes a passed pawn. This promotes a pawn to a queen. This defends the attacked pawn. This wins a rook. This steps away from the checking queen. This is the strongest option.